Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been found guilty of criminal conspiracy by a Paris criminal court. The decision, announced on Thursday, September 25th, marks a dramatic moment in French political history and adds to the legal troubles of one of France's most high-profile leaders of the 21st century. According to prosecutors, the case stems from a 2005 agreement that Sarkozy was linked to, which they argued formed part of a wider illicit scheme. While the details of the conspiracy were laid out during trial proceedings, the central point was clear. The former president had knowingly engaged in activities that crossed the line of legality. This conviction comes less than 1 year after Sarkozy was handed a prison sentence in December for corruption and influence peddling. At that time, he was given 1 year behind bars for attempting to bribe a judge and using his political connections to secure confidential information. That ruling shocked much of France, but today's verdict goes even further, establishing a pattern of serious misconduct that prosecutors have long alleged. Sarkozy, who served as president from 2007 to 2012, has consistently denied wrongdoing. His lawyers argued that the charges were politically motivated and that the evidence did not prove his personal involvement in any criminal conspiracy. Despite those defenses, the court was firm in its conclusion, declaring Sarkozy guilty. For the French public, the case raises profound questions. How could a former head of state, once trusted with the highest office in the land, be implicated in repeated criminal activity? What does this say about political accountability and the rule of law in modern France? Supporters of the ruling argue that the conviction demonstrates that no one is above the law, not even former presidents. Critics, however, see the verdict as part of a long-running political battle designed to tarnish Sarkozy's reputation permanently. Internationally, the news has drawn widespread attention. Sarkozy was a central figure in European politics during his time in office, working closely with world leaders on issues ranging from the global financial crisis to NATO operations in Libya. The fact that such a figure is now a convicted criminal adds to the sense of scandal and political drama. While Sarkozy's legal team has already announced plans to appeal the ruling, the conviction remains a powerful symbol of how far the former president has fallen. From the heights of power in the Élysée Palace to repeated courtroom defeats, Nicolas Sarkozy's legacy is now overshadowed by corruption and criminality. As France absorbs the shock of the court's decision, one message rings loud and clear. Even the most powerful political leaders can and will be held accountable when the evidence proves their guilt.
Responsable public. Je veux dire, on ne parle pas de simples justiciables, on ne parle pas de justiciables de droit commun, on parle de personnes qui ont aussi un devoir d'exemplarité. Et parce qu'elles ont un devoir d'exemplarité, on attend d'elles le double de prévenus de droit commun parce qu'on attend d'elles des explications qui soient cohérentes, des explications qui soient limpides, et nous ne les avons pas eues. Nous n'avons pas eu ces explications. Aujourd'hui, vous avez un certain nombre d'éléments sur lesquels les doutes ont persisté, mais les doutes ont persisté aussi en raison des ambivalences des déclarations qui ont été faites par les prévenus. Merci à vous.
Oui, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour. Vous êtes confiant?
Qu'est-ce que vous avez dit?
Je te laisse le micro. Monsieur Hortefeux, bonjour.
Bonjour, dans quel état vous êtes, s'il vous plaît?
Monsieur Guéant, bonjour. Bonjour. Monsieur Guéant, si vous plaidez toujours la naïveté.
Monsieur. Bonjour.
Monsieur le Président, est-ce que c'est une outrance ce procès ou un grand jour pour la lutte contre la corruption?
Monsieur le Président, s'il vous plaît.
Juste se laver les mains. Vous êtes dans quel état d'esprit ce matin?